This is Reuters. I'm Jen Rogers. U.S. corporate debt default rates are expected to hit unprecedented levels in 2009, even though the recession may technically be over. Joining me now is Lynn Tilton, turnaround specialist and CEO of Patriarch Partners, a $6 billion private equity firm focused on distressed property and bank debt. So you've been just talking at the Reuters Restructuring Summit. Thanks for coming and joining us here.
Very welcome.
So where are you seeing the most signs of distress right now?
I think anything industry related, although, I can almost tell you there's distress everywhere. I mean, I think that we're still in a deeply distressed state in this country, and there's so many sectors still suffering, and there's a fallout in almost every sector where there are parts suffering. So it is the best distressed buying opportunity that we've seen, certainly in my lifetime. But at the same time, I think it's going to be a very long time to recovery. But anything industry related, manufacturing related, especially when it comes to assets that people need, capital spending or consumer spending to buy. So if you look at anything like trucks or cars or helicopters or airplanes, motorcycles, boats, there's been a huge setback in the amount of revenue stream because people just don't have the ability to spend, and there's no financing available.
Are there any specific companies that you're currently looking at right now? I mean, I know you are looking at a dozen deals a week, but anything that's catching your eye?
Well, I'm under, NDAs and stuff, but we're looking at some boat manufacturers right now. We're looking at another makeup company to go along with Stila right now, an automotive supplier to go along as an add-on investment with one of our other automotive companies, and another, bedding and bath company to go along with Crosil, which is one of our bedding and bath. We're looking at a lot of add-on investments to rebuild revenue streams right now.
So you think that there are a lot of distressed opportunities out there, but you also said that we're in a distressed environment. The economy is not doing well, and you don't think it's going to turn around anytime soon. Where do you think we are in the business cycle?
Look, I think that we've missed that time when we could have really dropped into a deep, dark abyss. And I think the government's done a very good job of providing programs, especially to the TARP-infused banks, that have allowed us to keep the financial economy going. But most companies have gotten hit 20 to 40% in their revenue lines, year over year, and that's not coming back fast. I mean, there's been this great rationalization of cutting expenses, and we've done that already. But where we see the pickup in earnings coming from revenue growth, I'm just not sure how it happens. I mean, consumers are suffering. With underemployment, we're almost at 1 out of every 5 people out of work in this country. People are either unemployed, worried about being unemployed, their houses are underwater, they have no access to debt or financing or capital. How are they going to start spending? Businesses have had to cut back. Where that money's going to come to start investing again, especially since small and mid-sized companies really have had no access to capital. So I don't see how you get the pickup.
So if you don't see how you get a pickup, I mean, you have 73 companies in your portfolio. It might be a good opportunity to go buy something, but what does that mean for those 73 companies in your return on investment?
We've got to innovate, and we have a waiting game. I mean, the tenure to the time when we can sell these companies will be elongated, which will hurt the ultimate returns. At the same time, once you've rationalized and survival's become the noblest of your causes, the way to really build revenues is through innovation, through new products, through add-on investments where you're sort of deleveraging the companies you have. But we need to continue to be creative to try to boost these companies going forward during this period. But it's going to be a long time.
So a long time out. I mean, because this month a lot of people have been talking about IPO coming back, M&A coming back. The multiples aren't there for you to be taking your companies to market?
I don't think the multiples are there. I'm certainly going to sit back and watch. If I see multiples expanding, we definitely have some companies that are strong and healthy that we would sell. But for me, it doesn't seem to make sense if multiples are still in a contracted mode to take our healthiest companies to market. To me, it's a much better time for us to be buying because this is what we're best at.
All right, we'll let you get back to that. Lynn Tilton, thank you so much for joining us. She is the CEO of Patriarch Partners and was here for the Reuters Restructuring Summit. This is Reuters. I'm Jen Rogers.